The Chicago Bears just made a move that signals a massive shift in how our offense will look moving forward. It's a decision that has left many fans scratching their heads, especially considering the depth we already have at certain positions. But as someone who follows this team from the inside, I can tell you this isn't just about depth. It's about identity. This specific selection is a bold statement from our coaching staff. To stay ahead, please hit that subscribe button and join our community of passionate Bears fans today. Sam Roche is the name every Chicago fan needs to know right now, even if his arrival feels like a total surprise on the surface. During day 2 of the NFL Draft, our head coach Ben Johnson decided to prioritize the offense in a way nobody expected. While many hoped for defensive reinforcements, the Bears went all in on help for Caleb Williams by selecting 3 offensive players. We saw the addition of center Logan Jones and wide receiver Xavier Thomas, but the choice of the tight end from Stanford is what truly defines this draft class. On the surface, taking another tight end seems redundant because the roster already features 2 high-level starters in Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland. Most teams would be happy with that duo, but Ben Johnson has a much bigger vision for this season. This isn't a plan to replace anyone or build for 3 years down the road. This is a strategic move to master what NFL experts call 13 personnel. For those who want the simple version, that just means putting 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, and 3 massive tight ends on the field at the same time. It sounds heavy and old school, but it is actually a modern nightmare for defenses. We saw teams like the Los Angeles Rams use this at a massive rate last year to dominate opponents. By bringing in this rookie, Chicago is looking to emulate that success and provide a physical edge that most modern defenses aren't built to handle. Ben Johnson is clearly tired of being predictable, and adding a 6'6", 267-pound blocker who can also catch passes changes everything. While Logan Jones helps the middle of the line and Xavier Thomas adds speed on the outside, it is the tight end room that will now dictate how games are won. We are looking at a formation that forces the other team to bring in heavy linebackers, only for our athletic tight ends to run past them. It's a chess move designed to make life easier for Caleb Williams by keeping the ground game dominant and the passing lanes open. The front office and coaching staff are clearly in sync on this physical transformation of the Bears. The rookie from Stanford brings a very specific set of skills that the coaching staff has been craving to complete this offensive puzzle. When you watch his college tape, you see a player who isn't just a big body standing in the way of defenders. He is a true Y tight end, which is a rare breed in today's game, where most young players at his position only want to catch touchdowns. He loves the dirty work of inline blocking, holding his own against massive defensive ends and clearing paths for the running back to hit the second level. This physicality is exactly what an executive recently praised, noting that Chicago's rushing attack was already one of the best in the league and is now poised to become even more terrifying. This young athlete can execute cutoff blocks in zone schemes or drive defenders back in gap schemes, making him a plug-and-play asset from the very first day of training camp. While he might not have the elusiveness of some smaller receivers, his size makes him a reliable target in the short areas of the field and a safety blanket for the quarterback. He is the kind of player who turns a 4-yard run into an 8-yard gain just by finishing a block through the whistle. The impact on the locker room will be immediate because teammates respect players who embrace the physical side of the game. Having 3 versatile athletes who can all block and catch allows the offense to stay in the same personnel grouping while running completely different plays. This prevents the defense from substituting and keeps them tired and confused. We are seeing a commitment to a brand of football that is both punishing and intelligent. The coaching staff believes that if they can control the line of scrimmage with these 3 massive targets, they can control the entire flow of the game. It's about building a wall around the franchise quarterback while also having the weapons to strike when the defense cheats up to stop the run. This selection tells us that the identity of the 2026 Bears will be rooted in strength and versatility rather than just flash and speed. This decision is all about making the game simpler for our young quarterback and ensuring we win more games in the fourth quarter. When you have 3 reliable tight ends who can all contribute, it takes the pressure off a wide receiver group that is still finding its way. It means the offense doesn't have to rely on perfect timing or risky deep balls to move the chains. Instead, they can lean on a physical ground game that wears opponents down until they eventually break. Last season, the Bears had the 3rd best rushing attack in the entire league, and this move is designed to make that unit even more unstoppable. If the team can run the ball effectively out of these heavy formations, it forces the defense to bring more players close to the line of scrimmage. When that happens, the passing lanes become much wider and easier to see. For a veteran fan, this should feel like a return to the kind of tough, blue-collar football that Chicago is famous for, but with a modern tactical twist. The risk of failure is lower when you can dictate the terms of the fight. If the offensive line has a bad day, these tight ends can stay in to provide extra protection. If a wide receiver is struggling to get open, these big targets can win their matchups through sheer size and strength. The season impact could be massive because it gives the head coach a reset button for whenever the game starts to get out of control. We are looking at a team that can bleed the clock, protect a lead, and physically punish any defense that tries to get too aggressive. It's about creating a safety net for everyone on the field. This isn't just about one draft pick. It's about a philosophy that says we are going to be the most physical team on the field every single Sunday. When the weather gets cold and the games get tougher in December, this is the kind of roster construction that leads to playoff victories. It gives the fans a reason to believe that the team is finally building a sustainable way to win consistently in the North. We have to look at how this could either skyrocket this team to the top or potentially create a logjam that limits our potential. In the best-case scenario, this rookie becomes the missing piece that makes the offense impossible to scheme against. Imagine a third-down situation where the defense doesn't know if we are running power or throwing a screen because all three tight ends are equally dangerous. In this reality, the ground game becomes so dominant that opposing teams are exhausted by the middle of the third quarter. The play-action pass becomes a deadly weapon because defenders are terrified of getting run over. Caleb Williams thrives because he is never under pressure and always has a large target open in the middle of the field. This would result in the Bears controlling the clock and keeping our defense fresh on the sidelines. However, there is a risk that this focus on heavy personnel could backfire if the passing game becomes too predictable. If the rookie struggles to adjust to the speed of the NFL, the offense might find itself stuck in situations where they lack the explosive speed needed to come back from a deficit. If we fall behind early in a game, having three tight ends on the field might not be the fastest way to score points. There is also the question of how the other stars in that room will feel about their reduced roles. If the chemistry isn't perfect, having too many talented players at one position can sometimes lead to frustration in the locker room. The tension is real because the coaching staff is betting the season on this specific physical identity. They are passing up on other defensive needs to ensure this offensive vision comes to life. If it works, it is a masterstroke of genius that changes the league. But if it fails, people will ask why we didn't use those high draft picks to improve the pass rush or the secondary. The margin for error in the NFL is razor thin. The coaching staff is clearly confident, but the fans are waiting to see if this heavy-hitting strategy can actually translate into more wins on the scoreboard this fall. The Chicago Bears are clearly moving in a bold new direction by doubling down on physical heavy formations. By adding a versatile talent like this rookie to an already strong room with K-Met and Loveland, Ben Johnson is signaling that the era of being pushed around is over. This isn't just a draft pick. It's a statement of intent to dominate the line of scrimmage and protect our young star quarterback at all costs. The success of the 2026 season might just hinge on whether these three tight ends can coexist and create the mismatches we all hope for. It is a gamble, but it is a gamble rooted in strength and a clear offensive vision. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think focusing on heavy formations is the right move for Caleb Williams, or should we have used those picks to bolster the defense instead? Be honest. Would you trust a rookie tight end to be the difference maker in a playoff push? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive insider updates. Turn on those notifications so you never miss a beat on your Bears.